Now, while we're looking at stances and how they're relevant to the applications that we do, sometimes we find these stances where we're stood up. And when we do those, you have to look at which way you're applying your body weight, which way you're applying the technique. So, for instance, when we come through here in Heian Sandan, or from here in Pinan Sandan, and the next move is upwards, you have to say which way are we taking our body weight. But if we receive that big hook and we come in here and we bring this up like this and we grab this like this, then the next thing that I do is to stand up, and as I stand up, that's going to help me to snap with the limb. Just to show how we got there again, this is receiving this way. This isn't you keeping your hand back on your hip, this is just me putting my arm out in the way. Then from here we're drilling through that elbow to cause it to buckle. This hand's getting removed while we're coming around the arm with the one that was already in contact. That hand's making the down block, while this hand makes the inside to outside block. And as they do these things, you see the shoulder has already been set, the elbow has already been set. This could, from here, just be a position where we have a chat. But if I take this to its limit from the kata, then we understand that it becomes a much more violent technique. So the reason that that becomes more violent is the follow through on the technique. It's making contact at the part way stage, but also how we stand up to bring that to bear. Have a look at another position where we stand up. What possible relevance could it be for me to stand up like this? Well, if I shrink down, we'll find that he can actually drop his body weight, turn into it, and we end up having a fight down here. But if I bring this way, and I keep this open arch back here, and I keep the top of the skull against my chest, and I clamp the hands in on the neck, then the pressure from my thumbs upwards is lifting the person up, and that then prevents them from getting any kind of purchase on the floor. If he tries to twist out of it now, he runs into my elbows, which are going to prevent that from occurring, and I wouldn't want to stand still. I might even want to jump backwards. Let the person out the same way you put them in. So standing up for a technique gives us a real reason for using our body weight in an upward direction. We already did downwards, we did forwards, we did backwards. You start to see how these things come together. Next time we're doing our kata, and we find ourselves standing like this, or we find ourselves popping up to do a technique, or standing like this, then you'll know that what we needed to do was to stand up to get that purchase on the other person.